we're talking about your nerves. And if you've ever had sciatica, if you've ever had pain going down the arm into maybe your pinky and your ring finger, or your middle, your pointer and your thumb, or anything else that's you've been told, or you've had some kind of nerve numbness, tingling, pain, we need to appreciate that these nerves can get pinched, right, and cause these issues. Again, sciatica, your nerve is getting pinched somewhere, whether it's in the back, the piriformis, the connective tissue, fascia, whatever it is. Hey, something's happening, and we need to address that problem. And something we can do later on in the treatment process of once we've taken that load, that pinching off of the nerve, what we can do is we can add in some neurodynamics or some nerve glides. And this is a relatively older technique, but still is very, very useful, very, very prevalent, and works very well to help that nerve become essentially unadhesed and help that nerve heal. Right? If there was any temporary injury, damage occurred to that nerve. So the way I think about this is, hey, if you've ever woken up in the middle of the night and you're like, wow, my whole arm is numb because I slept weird, right? That's your body waking you up saying, hey, you're compressing this nerve, you should probably get off this thing before we cause some damage. If you've had sciatica for 10 years, there might be a little bit of damage that's caused. So doing these nerve glides is a fantastic way to help unadhese that nerve, right? Help it not to get stuck in these areas, right? And also promote it to heal, right? Promote the proper sliding and gliding of that nerve as it goes through your backbones and out either into your extremities, through the first rib, the muscles, right? Your breathing muscles here. There's so much that these nerves have to go through, and there's so many different areas for them to get caught. So we need to make sure they're moving the right way, and nerve glides are a fantastic way to do that. So we're going to talk about the ulnar nerve glide today, and this is if you've ever had pain or numbness and tingling in your pinky and ring finger, that's what this ulnar nerve supplies. And also your funny bone, that's your ulnar nerve. Ow, you whack that bad boy. Ooh, I don't feel very good in my pinky and half of my ring finger, because that's what that ulnar nerve supplies. So how do we glide this, right? Maybe you've whacked the heck out of your funny bone a million times. Now you're like, ooh, I feel numbness, tingling, weakness here. What can you do? Well, we can glide it. One of the easiest ways to do that is pretend you're a kid again and make this okay sign. And all we're gonna do, one hand on your shoulder, keep that down. You're gonna try to look through that okay sign. Don't let this happen, right? Gotta keep that shoulder down, look through, back down, look through, back down. You can actually, when you're doing this, you can actually get those fingers on your cheek here and bend them back. That's a great way to continue to put a little bit more stress on that ulnar nerve. So this is just, hey, do you feel anything interesting here? And what we can do is, once we're here, we can actually side bend your head away, have it follow. It's a little bit more efficient way of really getting to this ulnar nerve. Side bend the head, look through, side bend the head, look through, side bend the head. It's a great way to help mobilize that nerve. Essentially, as you do this, the nerve is gliding through backbones, through these tissues, over the first rib. And if it's caught anywhere, especially when we add this side bend in, there's more tension applied to that nerve, and it's able to say, hey, it's essentially going through those canals, that there are adhesions. Helps break them up. Another thing we can do, instead of up here, side bend the head away, this is a little more of an aggressive technique. Instead of this aggressive technique, what we can do is we can do a more less aggressive, and this is a tensioner. Oh man, I'm tensioning the heck out of that nerve. Instead of this tensioner, what we can do is we can do a flossing. Right? Instead of putting that nerve on a whole host of tension, we can floss it through the canal. One way to do that is, as we're coming up here, we side bend towards, and then away, and towards, and away. So this is flossing, right? Or we're actually loosening at the neck, tensioning here, loosening at the hand, tensioning here, and that nerve is being stretched essentially moving through those canals, great for breaking up adhesions, right? And the tensioner again, building up tension this way, building up tension this way, and it turns into a whole host of a lot of tensioning. You don't have to try and look through it, just put it where you were. I actually feel mine more. I whacked my funny bone a lot as a kid. I feel it a lot there. But guys, this is a great way to help mobilize your nerves. You can stretch them. They're not like muscles. You don't hold the stretch. You go in for a second, feel it, back right off. It's a great way to mobilize these nerves and help you heal, help those nerves remodel, especially after sciatica or you just slept awkwardly on your arm and your hand fell asleep.